Good day, everybody. This is Mike Zuzolo with your Friday, July 12th grain market update. The combination of July futures expiration and a turn in the European weather model were the two big drivers to the Friday strong sell-off for the corn and beans in particular. Meanwhile, with continued spillover support from USDA's report on Thursday, wheat futures closed firm, pretty much firm to higher across the board from Kansas City, Minneapolis, and Chicago. All three of the major classes finishing out the week very nicely. The weaker spot basis in beans and meal, coupled with some technical sell signals, helped push the July beans down sharply early on. 60-cent losses were seen at times in the July beans. Corn chose to follow the beans lower instead of remaining in sync with the wheat market. I think this is mostly due to the fact that the morning model, the European model, showed the pushing out of the ridge of the high pressure back across the Rockies, and then the midday models brought in from the American GFS one that came out with a bias of more precip for the driest parts of the western corn belt. So we saw new daily lows across the board in new crop corn and new crop beans when those noontime models came out. Probably makes sense why the Dees corn was the biggest percent loser on the day for Friday instead of the soybeans. Now, the other thing to talk about on Friday that didn't get hardly any trade whatsoever was the fact that USDA did report fresh corn sales, export sales to China, 960,000 tons. That's about 8 million bushels. Now, that didn't show up in the flat price, but we can see that the July Dees corn spread with July futures expiring on Friday, that spread was able to close up around 190, up near its highs. Believe it or not, that's about 50 cents better than where we closed in the 1996 July Dees corn spread. So we still have a very strong basis and a very strong spread, even though we lost the weather for the corn. Beans looked the most tough technically because we went all the way down to the 200-day moving average on Friday's close of 1255. That's going to be a big number next week when we come back, in my view. That's it. Have a great weekend. For more information, go to globalanalytics.biz. Please remember there is substantial risk of loss in trading futures and options, and the impact of cycles or current events on prices may be already reflected. Have a great weekend.